5 things I wish I knew earlier, some 5 tips for you guys as investors. This is good. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Maybe the last video of this brand, who knows? Over the course of this week I will be rebranding, but if you are new to the channel, subscribe, bell button, leave a like. I've got 5 things I want to go over, and they're pretty controversial, some of them. They will help you, can be a little bit advanced as well. So if you are new to the space, make sure you check out Learning Crypto or my Patreon if you want to follow what I do. Now, the first one is very, very clear and controversial. I will put up some screenshots as well from my email inbox to show you these kind of things. I could do a lot more research on it. I could ask a few more leading questions to these emails to see who else is a part of it, but I will get into it in more detail. So the aim of this video is to give you some tips in terms of what I wish I knew a little bit earlier and what has helped me basically do all right in the markets, right? We are playing with probability. We're playing with certain elements around the market in terms of what is happening, which is kind of not in our control, right? So this hopefully will help you out. But I will say this. It's important to note that everything can happen for a reason in the market. So make sure you are looking at multiple things, which is why this video is going to exist, because I think a lot of people are not looking at certain things, or at least a combination. So let's get into the screen. Let's have a little look. So the first one is a marketing cartel on social media. So let me explain. There's a screenshot just above my head. That gives you an indication of what's happening. There are a lot of marketing companies out there that have a load of influencers within their brand. This is why you always see the same people doing the same sort of videos and covering the same sort of coins that are either under the radar, undervalued, going to do mega money. Now, not all of them are a part of it, but there's multiple ones. There's at least 4 or 5 in my inbox that are trying to get me to join. They're asking for my price plan. They're asking for all kinds of different situations in terms of, would I do this coin? Would I do that? And sometimes it's quite fun to reply and see what they're doing, right? I could, as I said before, do more leading questions, i.e., who are you with? I'm a bit picky who I'm associated with. I could find out probably a lot, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste my time. But when you are new in the space and you are just looking for coins, you're going to find all of these types of videos, right? And more often than not, hidden within, there's a little paid one that is interesting. Now, you know, we've got to remember here, these influencers don't owe you anything. They're just putting content out, and if there's an opportunity to make money, they will. It's just how the world works, right? Especially influencer advertising. I don't mind promoting stuff, i.e. services, but I will not really do a paid advertisement for a coin that no one's heard of and is more likely going to drop down 90%, which most of the time they do. So make sure you do your own research. Do not just copy blind because something randomly has came out of nowhere and it is now on everyone's radar on YouTube. More often than not, it's probably been paid for, usually. Anyways, number 2, a good one, passive income. Now, as I mentioned, sponsorships. I'm sponsored by BlockFi because it's a good service. I've used them for a long, long time, and I'm more than happy to recommend these. Now, I did a poll out a few weeks ago on my Twitter, make sure you follow me by the way, asking passive income. It was amazing how many people didn't actually do this, not so much with BlockFi, but with other services or even staking their own assets. So, as you can imagine, passive income is important. Back when I first started, wasn't really a thing. There was masternodes out there. There was a few little staking elements or mining back in those days, but realistically not as simple as it is today. Now, as I've said before, you can earn quite a decent chunk. Now, if you have got USDC and if you manage to do really well in the bull market and you do have some money, you can earn a decent chunk every single year, and you can either put that into, you know, your lifestyle, or more importantly, you can invest more at certain points, i.e. numbers 3 is a good one on this video in terms of when to enter. Bit of a top tip there. Now, with this, obviously, you got a bit of risk involved, but realistically, just partial up your bags into something that can make it work for you. Now, another option as well, other than BlockFi, is Swissborg. Swissborg does similar sort of rates, very, very simple on your phone. Again, links below to these, all different alternatives. But the one thing that most people are more interested in is your entire bags itself, right? Go to staking rewards, right? You can stake certain assets. You may be watching this video and you're thinking, oh, right, cool, I didn't know that. I could stake X, Y, and Z. You can stake all these different assets very, very easily if you so wish to. Now, that is on the chain, that is on security measures, so it makes it work realistically to make the network more decentralized. So the likes of Polkadot, Luna, Terra, for example, Cosmos, Nia, Avalanche, Cardano, all the big assets, you can do that, right? Very, very simple. So passive income, make sure you're making your money work for you, because why not? It makes sense. Now, let's get to the important stuff. Market structure and trend analysis, right? It is different to the stock market. Get that out your head straight away. It really is. Because people are like, oh, just dollar cost average, it's fine. Really? Come on. The amount of rug pulls we've had, you've got to be very, very careful in terms of what you put your money into and why you're putting it in there. Simple. Why? If you've done your research and if you know it's a good, solid asset, maybe you're all right. But only do it if you've got profit or if you've got real good capital income and you know what a key level is. Don't just be like, oh, it's dropped down by 5%, I'm going to buy. Because someone on Twitter goes, buy the red, sell the green. But realistically, you have fucking no idea what you're doing and you're just fucking winging it. You're just pressing bing, 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 bing. It's like, no. So be careful. Let's explain it. So you have a market structure. It's clear and obvious when you go into the higher time frame. So what you're looking for something like this. Now, I get asked this question all the time. Go to the EMA. And if you put in favorites or put into like the search thing, colored EMA, it's this one, by the way, for the green and the red. You can put whatever color you want in, right? So I use an EMA 21. Another question that I get asked a lot. If you are seeing it above the EMA 21, you got to wait for a support level to happen. So right now with Bitcoin, and I've just done an update on learning crypto, we are kind of below a level of interest for me, and I still think we are in a downtrend. Look to the daily, we've had a bit of a gigapump, but we've not actually came and tested. Once we test this, I'll be like, oh, okay, we're a little bit more bullish now, that's looking good. Until that happens, just fucking wait, right? Because we are still in a downtrend. Now, all the people, all the influencers in the world have been going, right, buy now, buy now, buy now, fuck off, go away. Just, yeah, go away. Because we are below a level where it is resistance. We are below, and I'm going to talk about these in a minute, we're below this, and we've been at overbought situations, right? Why are you buying? Just wait for it to just turn around. I don't get why people are trying to buy dips when it keeps going fucking lower. I'm getting annoyed. Anyways, right? So a market trend is simple. You have an impulse going up. You have a pullback, a correction. What you need it to do, you need it to form a higher low, which would be that. So we've had a low. Oh, it's higher than the last low. Ooh, and then we form a new high. You want to be entering when there's actual support levels have been given around these points. And we're seeing with Bitcoin here, I wouldn't class that as one because it was just one big drop. But when you start looking at the overall trends in the past, you go impulse, pullback, hello, entry, boom. Oh, pullback, entry, hello. Just get my picture. Again, on the way down, we have an impulse, it hits a level spot, it goes to resistance, and then it goes down. So similar sort of way, if it's going down, if you are a master, I see these very often, that's why I play more bearish than bullish. You're looking for that. That's market structure, right? Simple, 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 right? You will get there. That's why I use Fibonacci. So if you want to simplify your trading strategy or your investment moves, it's simple. Buy when it's green, when it's supporting, and it's an uptrend. The trend is your friend. Cool. Anyways, that's that. Now, I want to talk about stocks as well a little bit because you do not get that kind of feeling of security with cryptocurrency versus stocks, right? These don't owe you anything, realistically. It's just a coin. It's technology, it's a community, it's a team, it's a roadmap, it's a community. I've said that before. You know what I mean, right? These are not stocks. These are not underlying assets. Buy wealth. They're different. Very, very different. So be careful. So don't buy something that you think's good because it's cheap. Buy it because it's strong, because it's good. Make sense? Good. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Kind of alluded to it before. Indexes. The indexes you want to look at are obvious. as you can imagine. The total market cap is key. The dollar index is key. And most importantly, the dominance chart of BTC is key. Why? When you look at the dollar, when this does bad, we do good. When this does good, we do bad, usually. That's usually what happens. So when the dollar has strength, it's usually because things are going into it. When it's going out and it's weakened or it's been diluted, it usually means people are putting investment money out of the dollar into other things, commodities, cryptocurrency, property, etc., right? So it always helps. Big problem is we don't know how it always works with the Federal Reserve and their policy updates, and obviously interest rates that are incoming in the future. That could lead us to a wobble. Now you need to keep an eye on it. So if this is trending down, you've probably got a bull run and a bull market, and we've had that. Even though this has been trending up, we've had, you know, realistically, this was like when we had that big massive run towards 65k, cool. But realistically, when we've had the last blow off, it was actually the top of this and we started coming down. So interesting to know that as this was going up, we were starting to go down eventually. A bit of a lag to it, but realistically, when you look at the past and you look at like what happened in 2020, as you can see here, as this was melting, we were mooning, right? Even on this second level here, when this is where it kind of boom, we were going parabolic in this phase here. And obviously what's been recovering. Again, you look at the last one, the bull market, bang, right the way down. That was the last bull market, what we had in 2017, 2018. Massive, massive confluence. And the bear market as it was rising. So we'll see what happens if we melt here. Ooh, could be interesting. Anyways, other one to look at is obviously the total market cap, as I mentioned before, which is on the top of my charts, right? So this essentially will give us the overall flavor of the market. You want to be buying into market coins when this is green and looking good as support and it's going up. You can see the trend momentum, pull back, pull back, pull back, green, green, green. Oh God, red, let's not buy anything. Just wait for it to go green again. Boom, boom. Get the picture? Cool. And the last one, dominance chart. Again, if you don't understand this, check out Learning Crypto. It'll explain it in a lot more detail. The lower this is, the more BTC you should have because it could do a ferocious run up. If it does that, it will melt your altcoins. If it goes down, it means an alt season, right? We've hit a level at the bottom here. We could be going back up. I think we are going to go back up at some point. It's just a matter of when. If Bitcoin is strong, it will happen. Anyways, number 5 and the most obvious is take fucking profit, right? Take profit. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people whinging at me going, oh, well, if you're buying my coins and you're buying after me, make sure you take profit. Because I'm getting a lot of people going, well, remember when you recommended this? Yeah, I recommended that in like 2019. I took loads of profit now. And why are you still in that? Right, so again, similar sort of thing. If you are buying low, you need to secure the bag. Because guess what? You've bought here 44k, you've bought at a good level thinking, oh, I bought a great little dipping opportunity, it's great, it's gone green, and you don't sell it around this point. What are you doing, right? You've got to sell because profit is key. Diamond holders and diamond hands and all that pish basically means incompetence, in my opinion. It basically means you don't have a clue what you're doing. That's kind of what I think it does anyways, personal thoughts. Now, if you're just willing to hold on forever, fine, crack on. But the chances of you going, well, you know what, hold them from 65k, I might be all right, cool, great, whatever. But realistically, what is the point? What is the point of going through that stress of being able to not take profit, right? It's horrible. Now, we can look at these and you can look at all these little green figures and red figures. But realistically, the more money you've got up here and you're taking profit, the more you can buy down here to make even more money. That is where the wealth is. So if you are not buying low and selling high, then redistributing that capital back into a solid asset that you like and you love, and it has corrected and it has also found support levels and it's going back up again, you're probably going to kick yourself even more because you're thinking, oh great, it's going back up again. Yeah. But realistically, you could have went one step further and go, wow, I've sold at the top or topish areas and I've rebought even more down now, like 18, 20%, whatever it may be, and it's going up again. I've got even more money now because it's going up even more. Great. Yeah. People don't do that. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoy.